So we're going to create another parameter query, but this one we're going to actually be prompting for a date range. So let's go ahead and go into Create and Query Design. We're going to add work orders. And then that's the only table we're going to use. So we're going to close Show Table. And we'll resize so we can see all of our fields here. And the fields that we want to add to the grid are work order, customer ID, description, service date, hours, rate, and parts. Okay, so we got work order, customer ID, description, service date, hours, rate, and parts. The criteria is going to go under service date. We want to give it a date range. And normally if you wanted a range, you'd say between, and you'd give it a starting date, something like October 1st, and you give it an ending date. But what we want is for the user to be able to type the starting and ending dates in, because that makes this flexible. So instead of hard coding the date in here, what we're going to do is add a parameter, a prompt, for them to enter the date. So we're going to say, type the starting date. And then instead of hard coding an ending date here, we're going to prompt them for the ending date. And that makes this a very flexible query, because as the business uses this and the dates change, they can key in whatever date range they want. So we're going to save this, and we're going to call it prompted service date. And then we'll go ahead and close it and run it. And we are going to use October 1st for the starting date and October 13th for the ending date. And it is very important that you don't misspell the month. Otherwise, your query is probably going to have an error. So when it comes back, if it works, you should notice that all of the dates and service dates are between the range that you specified. Okay, and once you look at the results, you can go ahead and close the query.